Hey, welcome back to my channel. So this is another mini lesson from Fortune Cookies Tarot. Those of you that have been following me for some time, you know that I do private readings. I do celebrity readings here on YouTube. I also teach. I love teaching. I have an 8-week class that's going on right now. I do teach my classes, my intro to tarot in 8-week classes. I do private tutoring as well, and it's my favorite thing to do. So hope to see you soon. But I wanted to do this is a huge question from a lot of my students, and when I teach them to start out reading tarot, I say don't read reversals right away. Get to know the cards really, really well upright. There's 78 of them. You have to really get to know them. I shy away from saying memorize the cards. I don't want you to memorize the cards. I want you to meet them like they're people in your life. They are representing archetypes, and I want you to get to know them like you would meet another person. That way you can really tap into how the cards are directing us and drawing us and illuminating the different things in our lives, the different aspects of us. So reversals is always a trick for my students. They always go, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And the initial reaction is that reversals will mean the opposite of what the upright means. And that's not necessarily true. I teach reversals at the end of my course or near the end of my course because I really want my students to tap into their intuition, because their intuition is going to give them a lot more insight with the reversals. And here's a hint. They're not really just reversals. It's like a knob on your stove. You can have low, medium high. You can have way turned up high. And what we want to talk about is the level of energy. And I have this super professional piece of paper that I drew for you. So let's go over to the card screen. But first, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I was on hiatus for the last month and a half. So I did lose some subscribers. I did lose some viewership. I also lost revenue. So please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit a super chat if you feel so inclined. So let's bring it over to my screen here. We're going to make this nice and big so you guys can see it. God, I'm like the Bob Ross of tarot card readings. I'm not really. I'm like way more intense. So when we look at reversals, what we want to look at is the intensity level, the flow of time. So we're always going to be looking at cards in terms of, is this energy at an early phase, a middle phase, or a late phase? So if we look at the cards that way, we have reverse and upright. We can look at it as a spectrum for the reverse and upright. But what I like to do, just so I make it extra complicated. No, this actually makes it really a much more enriched reading for you. We're going to look at, there is 6 different phases we can go into. Upright and reverse are going to have low, medium, high energy. And that's why it's so important to be tapped into that intuition, to really trust your intuition as to where the energy level falls. And the more you read, the more you're going to see this and the more you're going to feel it. So trust me, I promise you, the more you read, you're going to do that. So what I did was I pulled out the worst and the best card in the deck. So our 3 of Swords is heartbreak, loss. It's just, your life is a mess. In the words of Melissa Sayanova, when she pulls this card, she's a Kitchen Table Tarot, amazing book on tarot. When she pulls this, she says her first instinct is to say, I'm sorry, to the individual, which is an appropriate response. Absolutely. Now, the Sun card is the best card in the deck. So if we were just looking at opposites, if this is the worst card in the deck, this is a great card. Not really. This is a good card. This is a bad card. No, not going to work that way. We're going to look at the different energies. Now, there's a couple of different ways. There's actually 5 different ways that you can look at reversals. And if you're a new student, I want you to pick one. Just pick one, because you're still going to have 6 different phases of each. So it can be delay of the original effect, a diminished effect, a direct opposite, like I just said, the darker side of an original meaning, or a direction change that the individual needs to do. So for our purposes, let's just keep this nice and clean, and we're going to do a delay of the original effect. So let's look at our Three of Swords. So this is breakup, heartbreak, a loss. This can be a death. This is more of a death card than the death card. This is an actual loss. So if it's upright, we're solid. We're nice and well formed. Okay. Early phase of this is we just get the announcement that something bad has happened. The middle well-formed phase, the peaked out phase, is going to be, I am deep into this anguish and agony, and I feel terrible. The late phase is going to be, I am healing, I am recovering from it. So for that, in that sense, we can look at the reversal. Now, the reversal, if we're looking at this is a delay of the original effect, we're stuck in that healing process. Maybe we're fighting the healing process here. Maybe when we get into the middle phase, we are in the healing process, but still dealing with a lot of pain. And in the late phase, we are recovering from that pain. So again, we're going to do this upright, early, middle, late phase energy. This is, we just get the announcement of breakup, loss, death. In the middle, we are in the throes of that depression. We are stuck. And then late phase, it's going to be abating and coming out. Here, we're actually healing from it. We're still crying. We're still upset. We are getting more settled with it in that middle phase. And then in the late phase, we are recovering, not recovered, but recovering. So let's look at our Sun card. And what we're going to do is we are going to look at the diminished effect. Okay. So rather than have happy, sad, we're going to have upright is everything's great. It's presented to us right away. Early phase, it's the big surprise. You walk in, you have a surprise party. Yay, everything's great. Middle phase, we're in the middle of the party. We're getting our boogie on and everybody's happy. Late phase, we are done with the party. People are starting to leave, but we're elated. We're still having a great time. The reverse, we have maybe not a party with 100 of our closest friends. That's a surprise. Maybe we have a luncheon with some girlfriends or some friends. Doesn't have to be girlfriends, but we have a luncheon with our friends. The lunch is not terrific, but it's still okay. You know, we're still having a good time. At the end of it all, we had a great time, but we still wanted a little bit more. So diminished effect there. The best way that I find to describe this early, middle, and late phase energy to people is going to a concert. If you've ever gone to a concert early, there is the filling of the arena or the stadium. You can feel that building energy. That's our early energy. That's fresh and things are starting to happen. There's creation happening. There's, a lot of tension. It's like a spring that's coiled. Then the first act comes on. Things are really exciting. We feel really good. The headliner comes on. That is our peak energy. Everybody's really excited, has a great time. And then we're pouring out of the stadium and going to our car and doing that long trudge through the parking lot. And that's our late phase energy. We still feel really great, but we're late phasing it right out the door. So please let me know what you thought of this little mini lesson. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, I've been missing for a little bit. I am going to keep up with the production videos for pop culture and that sort of stuff. I will carve out some time to do lives for readings for you guys on here, do little teaser lives so that you guys can get readings, get a taste of what I do. As always, you can book down below to get your own private reading with me. I am going to run a sale next week. I'm going to launch a sale. It's going to be a 2-for-1. So it's going to be like a BFF package. It's one of my BFFs, Kay. It's her birthday. I'm going to do it in honor of her. So it'll be for the entire month of June. We're going to have a 2-for-1 reading. So you can grab a girlfriend, grab a guy friend, grab a couple of friends, grab your sister, grab your mom, grab your cousin, and you guys can come and get a reading together. So I'll have that set up for this coming up for the Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. So I hope you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of these mini lessons. You know, that my class is much longer. I teach them in an hour and a half or 2 hours. So you get to actually interact with me. We get to do spreads. We get to talk about some challenges that you have with the cards and understanding how to read tarot and how to get more intuitive and guide your life a little bit better. So I hope to see you all soon. Thanks so much for coming here. Bye.